I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get a no call to quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all of this. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve, stress, seal my greed. That's how I get it. Success ain't no given. Some days I don't eat, I don't sleep. When I'm focused on dangerous, down wonder when I'm anxious. Ain't no limit till I tank. I'm running on fumes. The opposition don't amaze. The roads whistling through the pavement. Get your hands out of my bag. I know that's because I've been in it. I don't need to brag. I guess that's what happens when you taking care of your business. But some family, you do the math. I'm out of my pocket. Houston, we got a problem, man. Perfect, let them watch me elevating. Got them nuts, cause I'm the pilot in the cockpit. Nose diving in the option. Woo! Watch how I get ahead. Watch how I get ahead. Watch how I get ahead. Woo!
It's time! Welcome to DFS by the Numbers with your host, Brady.
Better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers and welcome to Best Bet. We got UFC Jacksonville. We have a 13-fight card and honestly a stacked card, especially for a fight night. Really looking forward to this card out of the Apex. We're in Jacksonville. Looking forward to it tonight. We have a late show here. Decided to go live late tonight rather than super early tomorrow morning. And it's just going to be me and it's going to be Cody. We're going to go back and forth giving our best bet. What's interesting about Cody being on the show is he is in second place here, and I can actually pull up the standings. Cody, right now you are in second place there, plus 25.89 units, 5 cards in. We got Lou Betya sitting in first, plus 27 units, 5 cards in. Could this be the week where we see a new guy in first?
Yes, sir. You want to take the over on that I'm going to be going over Lou's units for sure. Yeah, man, because I love this card. Like, I love this card. I got my 5 bets in, and I feel so comfortable with them. You know, usually it's like even for me, I mean, I have like 15 bets, get it down to 10, and then get it down to 5, but it's even hard with this, man. I had them all in on Monday. I was in earlier. I was ready to go. So I'm ready. I'm ready to score big this week.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good myself. I think it's going to be a fun card. I think we're going to get some violence and definitely looking forward to it. So I know PFL is going on, but if you guys are watching on the replay, what is up? Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and then also check out Cody Blood Money MMA Bets. His link is down in the description or simply just search him on YouTube. But Cody, I say we get into it, and we are going to start with the first fight on the card, and we're just kicking it off with an absolute banger. So this was a card that was originally scheduled to be on the main card. They took it and put it on the first prelim, which is interesting. So if you're going to UFC Jacksonville, you got to make sure to get in there early because you do not want to miss this fight. We got Cody Brundage, Cedricus Dumas. We got Brundage minus 175, Dumas plus 150. Really curious to hear your best bet for this one.
Yeah, man. I think both these dudes are pretty untrustworthy, obviously. But I like when I did tape just in like a guess pick, I'm like, I'll go with Brundage. He's a little more proven, obviously. But when you add it all up, Brundage, short notice, he today, you know, weigh-ins and face-offs, like he didn't look nearly as cut up as he usually does, especially against like Vieira. I just think that Dumas, I think that Cody's path is to come in here and what I think most people think that bet him, which I mean, I didn't bet him, but is that he's going to come in and he's just going to have to sub Dumas, you know, pretty much within like the first 3 minutes. And I just don't know if he's that guy. When he got Lungambula, that was just kind of like poor fight IQ. But I mean, I guess Dumas has it too. But my best bet for this, after seeing the face-offs and just like knowing that I think Brundage is going to go hard for 3 or 4 minutes, I'm going to take Dumas inside the distance. And I see that at like plus 180.
Dumas inside the distance plus 180. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think from like a money line perspective, it's Dumas or pass for me. I think it's I don't know. I think there's a lot of recency bias in this line, right? Like Cody Brundage got out to like minus 225 at one point during the week, and I was almost forced to bet on Dumas. Ended up passing, and now he's plus 140. Don't have a ton of interest here. But the bet I'm going to give, I got to catch up. You know, I got to catch up to you. You're at like plus 27 units, Lou's like plus 28. So I'm not going to go out here and give like, I think like the under 1.5 is solid, right? But it's like minus 160. What I'm going to give though is going to be Cody Brundage to win by first round knockout plus 900 on BetRivers. This guy guy throws heat, man. I mean, against Trayshawn Gore, went out there and knocked him out. I didn't expect that. We're seeing improvements in the striking against Rodolfo Vieira. He almost knocked him out multiple times in that fight. I think he's going to come in here, try to bang with this guy, and potentially knock him out. We saw Dumas hurt multiple times against Frem. So I get what people are saying with like the Brundage sub. I get it, but this guy hits hard. So give me the first round knockout at plus 900 there. Gotta catch Cody and Lou with that one. All right. By the way, guys, so we have 13 fights. We're supposed to have 14, but we lost the Tyra fight. So 13 fights. So we get to pass on 3 of the fights. So 10 total bets. And we got Propaholic in the building. What is up, Propaholic? Silky saying, I'll bet 5 units that the show is too legit to quit. Yeah, I love doing this. Love bringing the guys on. All 9 other guys are all very awesome and doing a great job, especially Cody. Cody's in second place right now.
Yes.
Got Zen in the chat. We got Kick in the chat. What is up? Hector saying Trevor Peak by KO. Cannot wait to talk about Trevor Peak. We got Justin as well. What is up? All right, let's move on to the next fight. We have Jamal Emmers going against Jack Jenkins. We got Jamal Emmers around minus 190, Jack Jenkins at plus 165. So for me, I don't know. I like Jamal Emmers a lot. I think he wins this fight, but I just don't like the line here on Jamal Emmers. He's a guy that I just can't trust at this price tag. I mean, there's been multiple instances where this guy just making mistakes in there. He's making bad decisions. So a guy in Emmers at minus 190, I don't really want anything to do with. I'm actually going to use my first pass on this fight. Nothing's really sticking out from a betting perspective. I think Emmers wins this fight, but not in love with the price tag. Cody, what do you like on this fight here?
Everything you said, man. The exact same thing. I'm gonna pass on it. I like Jenkins as an underdog, and the price makes you want to like him. It's almost like what the bookies want you to do. But then I can also just see Emmers using that length and just jabbing him up, eating some leg kicks, but getting through it, and maybe even mixing in some takedowns on Jenkins. So I'm just gonna pass on this one. I like the overs. The fight probably goes the distance, stuff like that, but still just pass.
Yeah, I think passing is not the worst look in the world. We got Doe Space in the chat. We got a kid saying, what's up, Brady? What is up? How you doing? Emmers just got divorced. Did you hear about this, Cody?
No, I seen him shave his head, but I didn't know. But I know when he won the last fight, he said he's been having a whole bunch of personal issues the last couple of years when he beat Ashkabov. So that could be, one of them.
Interesting. I didn't hear that myself. And then give me some Jillian rear naked choke at the second. Yeah, we'll talk about that fight soon. All right, let's keep moving on. We have probably my favorite fight of the card. We have Trevor Peak going against Jose Mariscal. We got Trevor Peak, who is around minus 115. We got Mariscal, who's minus 105. Looks like minus 110 pick him. The line really hasn't moved much as of late, but there was some really big line movement like earlier in the week. Mariscal went from like plus 195 all the way to a pick him. It just kind of sat there all week. Cody, really curious to hear your best bet for this one.
Yeah, man. I love Peak in this fight. I really do. I don't know when he's going to get it done because he could get grappled down for a little bit. But I mean, just fighting a featherweight, coming up to 155 to fight him on short notice. I've seen Chepe slow down on the regional scene against guys. Trevor Peak's a big dude for 155. Like he's thick. Like he used to fight at 170 and knock dudes out. I honestly think that the Kama Worthy win and his win on the Contender Series were better wins than what Chepe is going to be. Chepe, he's too small to be able to hold Peak down for 3 rounds. And anytime they're standing, I know Chepe's got a little bit of power and stuff too, but I just don't see like Peak's one of them dudes that don't get knocked out. Like his head is just too hard. You know what I mean? Like his brain doesn't. I don't know, but give me Peak. I'm gonna be safe. Just give me Peak by KO. I was trying to find it. I know. Let's see. I see Peak inside the distance. I could just take inside the distance. I see that at like plus 105. I think that's what they said.
Yeah, there's not much of a difference between the KO or the inside the distance. I see KO at like plus 120.
Yeah, I'll take that. The plus 120. I don't know why I can only find the inside the distance at plus 110.
All right, I'll get you the Peak KO plus 120. Yeah, I mean I'm on the same thing here pretty much. I'm gonna go a little bit more greedy, I guess you could say, because I kind of have to, because I kind of need to catch up. But I'm going to go with the peak first round knockout, and that is sitting at plus 265 on BetRivers Sportsbook. I think it's early on here. I think Peak is just going to go out there and make this an absolute car crash. I think he's going to try to take off the head of Mariscal, and I think he's going to succeed in doing so. This guy throws so much volume. He has so much power. Yep. And like you said, Mariscal coming up a weight class, he's going to be so much smaller, coming in on short notice. I think Peak goes out there and starches him in the first round. So give me the Peak KO 1 plus 265. You're taking the KO plus 120 there. I think they both hit this week.
Yeah.
Do you have a money line bet on Peak as well, or are you just taking the...
Yeah. No, I have a money line bet on Peak. I got him at minus 120, and I was super happy with that. I think, like you said, he started minus like 250, and I think that he should be minus like 180. Just his size advantage and stuff, because like, I know it's people are acting like Mariscal is like the best technique guy, and he's this badass dude, but he's good like everywhere, but he's not really great anywhere. Mm-hmm. And I just don't see him being able to take Peak out anywhere. I don't see him choking him out, and you can't even hold the dude down. I see him coming out and they start throwing a bunch of blows, and he gets hit a bunch, and he starts taking Peak down like everybody does. And then Peak just stands up and gasses him out. And then, dude, that dude's a hurricane. I hope he wins too. I want him to win. I want to keep watching this dude. Obviously it'd take years for him to get really good, but hopefully they'll give him the time to do it. And it looks like they are with this fight. They're not trying to build up Chepe here, 13-6, dude. So
yeah, exactly. I think this is definitely they're trying to set him up for sure. We'll see if he can get it done. Mm-hmm. Divorced fighters are 3-0 in their last few fights. That is an interesting stat there.
It is, and if he did get divorced,
there you go.
Come on, like Mackenzie Dern.
Oh my gosh. I like Peak round 1 KO. I'm right there with you. Yeah. Recently divorced UFC fighters have been winning. Their age is real. Who got divorced the other week? I know Tim Elliott did. Dern, and then there was one more that was kind of recent. I forget, but yeah, they have been winning. So we'll see if members can get it done.
Yep.
All right, let's move on to the next fight. We have Zhalgas Zhumagulov going against Joshua Van, and let's get a little crazy. What do you say?
This fight's tough. This fight's tough to call. I think I'm actually just going to take Zhumagulov's money line, to be honest, because I can't read, because like seeing Van get choked out in the second round by the lower level dude on the regional scene. I mean, the guy's not bad. He had decent wrestling, but I think Zhumagulov's better. Makes me think that, because I want to take Zhumagulov by decision. I think he beats Joshua Van. Joshua Van's not bad. He's more of a striker, but he can be taken down and held down. I think Zhumagulov is going to get a lot of cage control, land some takedowns, but I don't know if he finishes him, and I just don't want to get too greedy on this. So, but I do think Zhumagulov wins, and like pretty comfortably. This is a huge step down in competition, and he should be better everywhere, to be honest, even the striking. So, but I just don't know. He might be able to finish this kid. So give me just the Zhumagulov money line.
Like minus, what do you see? Minus 195 out there. I don't know if you see a better price.
Minus 195, minus 200 in there.
Okay, perfect. All right. Yeah, I mean, I like Zhalgas as well. But yeah, there's a prop that really sticks out to me this week, and I can't believe it. Really, it's the Zhalgas Zhumagulov to win by submission at plus 1,400. Like,
oh wow.
Yeah, he's not really a finisher. I think decision's most likely as well. But, Joshua Van, for what it's worth, he's fought, pretty low-level competition. He's never been to the scorecards. He's never been to a third round. This is a big step down in competition for Zhalgas. And the game plan is going to be to wrestle. Like, if Zhalgas watched any footage on Van whatsoever, I mean, he's going to see that Van can be taken down with little to no resistance. And like you said, Van submitted in his only loss. And for what it's worth, Zhalgas does have one finish win in the UFC, and it came by submission. So, in a fight where I expect Zhalgas to wrestle, like I don't think it makes sense for Zhalgas to stand and trade with this guy. Why not take this guy down, exploit that ground game? And I think the plus 1,400 is going to be very, very live there. So I'm going to take the Zhalgas submission at plus 1,400 there.
Nice.
But hopefully we both cash that. But I definitely need that Zhalgas sub to catch up for sure.
Yeah, that would be so nice, dude. And it's possible. I mean, even the sub he put on Jerome Rivero, it was pretty nice. And this dude's, I mean, Joshua Day is pretty low level, to be honest.
Compared to like some of the, like Zhalgas has fought like Narco Cop, Amir Albazi, guys like that.
Yes. And did good against Albazi. That was a tough fight for him.
Yeah, Zhumagulov's like a lot better than his record indicates. I mean, this guy,
sure.
he's good.
He could be. I put on my thing on my breakdown like I think he's like 14-8, but he's really could be 17-5. Which
that is so true.
That's a good record, you know. And I think he really should be 17-5 because I think that the other three were close enough, and I thought he won them. There's Paiva, dudes.
Molina, and then Charles Johnson was a terrible decision.
Yeah, he was minus 1,200 going into the decision. You know,
terrible, man. Yeah. So, I think he's better than the record. Those Space Sand fight ends in sub plus 700. There you go. I like Zalgas to finish him. I think it's live. Zalgas is not really a finisher. He finished Jerome Rivera, which it is what it is. But if he is going to get a finish, I think it could be this fight here. All right, let's move on to. I don't know, man. This is the people's main event. This is the most talked about fight on Twitter. You open Twitter this week, you don't see nothing about Emmett Topuria. You don't see nothing about any other fight. You see this. Like, literally, I open up Twitter, and all I see is Tabitha Ricci or Jillian Robertson. I'll let you kick this one off. Are you planting your flag on one of these sides this week, Cody?
Yeah, man, I planted my flag and I put my money under that flag, planted it. It's Tabitha Ricci, man. I love Tabitha Ricci this week. I think she's the better striker. I bet Jillian Robertson last time she fought because she had the grappling advantage. You know, she didn't have the striking, but she had the grappling advantage, and she was going to be a little bigger. But this is a whole different beast here where I don't think she has the grappling advantage at all. Yeah, she's going to be bigger, but Ricci's fast. She has good movement. She uses leg kicks. She could, if Ricci wants, I believe that she could keep this fight standing all 3 rounds and beat Jillian Robertson up. I believe if Ricci wants, she can take Jillian Robertson down and stay safe on top like she did against Polyana Viana. Because Jillian Robertson's got like good jiu-jitsu, but she doesn't have the best wrestling. And at least Tabitha Ricci has a black belt in judo. Pretty decent wrestling herself. Pretty good timings on her takedown. And so I think she's a higher level black belt. Like I said, if she can stay safe with Polyana Viana on her back, you know, being in Polyana's guard, she can stay safe with Tabitha with freaking Jillian Robertson. Jillian Robertson's more of a rear naked choke and a choker than, you know, armbar, triangle choke or something like that. And I just believe that Ricci's she has a striking advantage, the wrestling advantage, judo advantage, and the jiu-jitsu advantage, in my opinion. So I don't really see where she loses this fight. So I'm going to take Tabitha Ricci. It's weird. I mean, they're telling you that Tabitha Ricci is going to win this fight by decision because she's minus 135 money line. Minus 125, minus 130 to minus 135 money line. And then by decision, she's only plus 120, where Robertson's plus 300. And Robertson ain't submitting this girl. This girl's high level black belt. This girl's who's her main training partner for like the last 5 years?
Dern.
Mackenzie Dern. Like she's been like in like I said with Viana. I think Viana's jiu-jitsu at 115 is even more dangerous off her back. Like she's got a ton of subs. So yeah, man, I like Ricci. I'm just gonna take her money line because the decision is only plus 120. The money line's like minus 125, and she could hit the sub just like she did on Panay. Like I just think that she's better. I think that Ricci's the one that we should be keeping our eye on as going up the ladder and like being a future like top 5 girl in a couple of years because she's very well rounded and she's a good fighter. And Jillian Robertson, like everybody just thinks she's gonna goon her, and I just don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, this fight's so funny. Like I agree with you. I'm on the Ricci side. Not as confident, but I agree with everything you said. Everything. It's just weird seeing how people can see a fight so differently.
Yeah.
The people on the Robertson side, they're on the opposite side saying Robertson's going to do this and this. She's better than this and this. And it's just crazy how people can see so differently. It's wild to me. But yeah, I'm with you on Ricci. In terms of like the show, though, I'm not going to play anything. I'm going to pass on this fight. Like
I was about to.
I think the Ricci money line is kind of what I'd play as well. But I'm not catching you or Lou playing the Ricci money line. So you're fine playing it because you have a big lead on everybody. So for me, I'm just going to pass on this one. But I do agree. I think Ricci should get this done.
I want that belt.
Yep. You're almost there. You're almost there. Heck yeah. All right. Ricci for me too.
Nice.
I'm just concerned about Muscle Shark gassing out in the second. She gassed out kind of in the Fiora fight, but that was like up a weight class on short notice. I don't have concerns about her gas tank, really. Do you?
No, that was up a weight class on short notice, and Manon Farrow is a bad, like she would beat the brakes off of Jillian Robertson, in my opinion. So, that was short notice, and she came in just to get into the UFC on that. But like I said, she's so well-rounded and so much more technical, even on her takedowns, like her jiu-jitsu, her striking. I think she can just beat up Jillian's lead. Like Jillian's striking so terrible. Like it's so terrible. Like people that bet Jillian must not have considered like what happens if she can't get a takedown, because she's gonna get beat up standing up. Not like knocked out or nothing, but beat up. Like Muscle Shark or Baby Shark moves around a lot, throws a ton of calf kicks, and then like I said in the grappling, I don't see like Jillian just gooning her down. Like I see that Tabitha Ricci landing the takedown. She's landed all the takedowns in the fights besides like against Ferro, but Manon Ferro is huge, dude. Big 125er.
By the way, who is it? I think I saw Fiora's going to fight Rose.
Yeah, she's going to beat. I think she's going to beat up. I think she beats Rose. I'm really high on Manon Ferro, actually.
Same,
like, I really think she's a dark horse in that division. Like, she's big. She has good grappling. She has good striking.
She's a beast, man. She's a beast. Yeah. I think that's her nickname, the Beast or something.
Yeah, and she even beat Chukagian, and that was a close fight, but she blew her knee out in that fight like early on and still won it. Yeah, that's why she's been out. She had like ACL surgery right after the fight, so she's been out so she is coming back off injury. But Rose, I can't see her being a big 125er. She's like a skinnier chick, you know.
Yeah.
She looked terrible against Jillian Roberts in that grappling match too. That's another thing. Like if you actually look it up with Jillian Robertson, like when she does grappling matches, like she loses to like low level girls. Like she choked out Rose, but Rose ain't like a real grappling girl. But if you go look at Jillian, she's probably got a losing record in like out of the UFC grappling matches. So she's not like where Ricci's literally like a higher level black belt girl.
We're gonna find out, man. I can't wait for that fight. There's so many there's profile picture bets going around. There's shoey bets. It's going to be a fun time.
Yeah. I'm just hoping that it looks just like I said, and it ends up just like that Cannonier fight last week, dude. I should have bet if I didn't limit myself, do all that, money bankroll management and stuff, dude. I would have went so big on Cannonier. That I literally seen that, except I didn't think he would be so close to finishing them all the time. I was so worried at him by decision at plus 290. From round 1.5 on, dude, I was pacing back and forth like, why did I take this? I could have plus 105 and just been happy right now, but it worked out.
There you go. Heck yeah, good hit there, by the way. Who should I parlay Topuria with? So the parlay piece I was looking at was actually Tyra. So there's, I don't know. Do you like any parlay pieces on this card? I think there's a lot of.
I love Randy Brown. I think you can parlay Randy Brown. I even like Neil Magny, and I like Justin Tafa. I think that them dudes, I'm kind of leaning more Ricci, not Ricci, but Ribas now, because I picked her to win, but she looked really big at face-offs, dude. I was shocked. Like I thought she was supposed to be a little smaller in Barber, and she looked like her head's bigger. So I kind of like Ribas, but I really like Randy Brown. Like I really like Randy Brown this weekend.
Randy Brown should get it done. We'll talk about that fight soon. This is the female version of Dariush versus Olives.
Right. That's a good one.
I'm seeing people so high on Jillian. It's confusing to me.
Should be.
Rajabov is a better dog than Jillian. Yeah, I like Rajabov better than Jillian.
Big boy. He's a big boy.
Oh, he looked huge. All right, so let's keep moving on. Then we have, speaking of Rajabov, we got Loic Rajabov going against Mateusz Rebecki. We got Rebecki around minus 125, Rajabov plus 106 there. It looks like some money as of late has been coming in on Rajabov, even though he did miss weight. Didn't look the best at the weigh-ins, but we'll start with you, Cody. What do you like for this fight here?
Yeah, this is actually one I'm gonna pass on, dude. This is so close of a fight. Both these dudes are really good. They're both the same dudes, really. I'm leaning to pick. I pick Loic just because he's bigger. I think he's gonna have the better wrestling here. But this is gonna be a good fight. Both these dudes are really good, man, and it's really evenly matched. So I think whoever you got at underdog money, especially if you get Loic at like plus 130, you did your job. But it's going to be a good close fight. And if they both do the same thing, and I think their striking's pretty even, I think the grappling's pretty even, maybe Loic a little more, then you should go to the bigger dude, and Loic's definitely the bigger dude. And he didn't cut as much weight. He kept himself from 1.5 pounds. So give me Loic, but I'm passing on this fight.
All right, Cody using up his second pass. He has one more. I have one more pass. Yeah, I like Rajabov in this fight as well, but there's a prop that kind of sticks out to me. So one thing I noticed with Rajabov and really a lot of his fights is this guy slows down a ton in that third round. In his debut, he did quite a bit. Forgave him a little bit because it was on short notice, but still, you take a look at his other fight, like he's slowing down late in the fight. And we saw Rebecki in his last fight; he slowed down quite a bit in the Fiore fight as well. So I kind of have a feeling that this fight probably does go the distance, but I think it's gonna get really, really sweaty late, especially if somebody's gassing out here. What I like is a plus 800, the fight to end in the third round. Like I said, I think it probably goes the distance, but if there is a finish in this fight, I think it's going to be a crazy paced fight. Someone gets tired and somebody hopefully gets caught late. So taking the fight ends in round 3 plus 800 there, hoping for a big hit.
I like it.
All right. Let's see what fights definitely won't go the distance. I don't want to say definitely, but the Tafa fight should finish. The Brundage fight should finish. The Peak fight should finish. Am I missing anything, Cody? Or do you disagree?
No, you hit them should all finish. I mean, even the Emmett fight should probably finish. But I mean, that's not a good dude. That fight's so hard to call. Having money near that fight's tough.
Yeah,
but it should. You know what I mean? Everything points to it. Maybe the Brendan Allen Silva fight should probably finish, but it's still, that's an iffy one. But both, if it stays standing, it's probably going to be Silva finishing. If it goes to the ground, it's probably going to be Allen finishing.
Yeah, see the same thing. So I think those are some good fights. I think we're going to get a lot of violence on this card. Jay saying over 1.5. Rebecki, I think, I think whoever wins probably does go over. I don't really see an early finish. Do you in this one?
No, I think both these dudes are super durable, even though they're both going to be throwing heat. Because like Loic dropped Robot. I can't never say that dude's name. That dude
I think.
Rivovix. Yeah, he dropped him like the first 10 seconds of that fight. But neither dude's been finished. No. Rebecki's been finished one time, I believe. But Loic's never been finished. And these dudes are pretty durable. But they both throw heat. That's why I'm saying like everything about this fight is tough to call. But I love that third round because you just said anybody can finish in the third, right?
Yep, anybody.
Yeah, and both these dudes can finish, and both of them slow down a little bit. So if one of these dudes slows down too much, they'll get finished. So I do like that bet. That's a sharp bet.
I need it to hit. I need one of these to hit. I need to get up in the top 3 at least. So we shall see, man. All right. So what we're gonna do right now, before we get to the next fight, we're gonna do a quick recap of all the bets thus far. Make sure we got everything correct. And we'll kick it off to me. So I'm taking a Brundage first round knockout plus 900 to kick off the night. I'm passing on the Jamal Emmers Jack Jenkins fight. I'm taking Trevor Peak first round knockout plus 265. I'm taking Zalga Simagulov submission plus 1400. I'm passing on the Tabitha Ricci fight. I'm taking the fight ends in the third round in the Rebecki fight. And then Cody, you're taking Dumas inside the distance plus 180. You're passing on the Emmers fight. You're taking Peak knockout plus 120, Zalgas money line minus 195. You're taking the Ricci money line minus 125, and you're passing on the Rebecki fight. Is all that looking good?
Yeah. Yo.
All right. So let's see. All right. Bulo has a parlay here. Brown, Allen, Zalgas parlay plus 29x. Scared for Allen. I like Zalgas a lot. I like Brown a lot. I like Allen a lot, but just his fight IQ scares me sometimes. But I think it's a solid parlay.
Yeah, I got Brown Allen parlay. I played that.
Oh, nice. There you go. And then he added Zay. I think it's a solid parlay. All right, we'll move on to the next fight. Speaking of Randy Brown, we got Randy Brown going against Wellington Turman here. I'll let you kick this one off. We got Randy Brown, decent size favorite, minus 230. Wellington Turman plus 195. What do you like in here?
Yeah, man, I really like Randy Brown here. And I like him by KO in the second round. This is gonna be one where I'm gonna put it up and try to get me some units on this. I like Randy Brown by second round KO. So I'm fine. I think it was like I see fight ends. I just seen it a minute ago. I think it was like plus 800. There we go. Randy Brown wins by KO in the second round. It's plus 800. That's what I like.
I like
I
it.
think that he stops a lot of the takedowns in the first round and puts some damage on Wellington Turman. And then I think Wellington Turman already had suspect chin at 185. Get knocked out cold by Andrew Sanchez, terrible look. And then he got knocked out cold by Bruno Silva, and it was on some ground and pound, which is weird. But I just think that he's a little bit chinny, and then dropping down to 170 can't help. And then he's dropping down to 170 to just be the smaller man again. It doesn't even make no sense. You know what I mean? He's way smaller than Randy Brown. So I think Randy Brown's able to grapple with him in the first round, put some damage on him in the second round. Wellington Turman slows down like he always does. And then Randy Brown takes off on him in that second round, hitting him with them long punches, hitting him at the end of them long punches and knees, and just puts it on him. I don't see him subbing Wellington Turman. I see him just pounding him out, clubbing him, and then just clubbing him with some ground and pound, getting him out of there. So let me get that second round plus 800.
Yep, sounds good to me. I'm taking just the KO here. Randy Brown KO plus 200, and yeah, I agree with a lot of your points. Wellington Turman, I mean, if you get knocked out by Andrew Sanchez, we got to talk about that chin. And like you said, cutting down an extra 15 pounds, it's not going to help his chin. It's not going to help his cardio either. Randy Brown is he's going to have a significant striking advantage. He's going to be bigger. He's going to be longer. He hits hard. I don't think the striking is even close. I think for Turman in this fight, he's going to have to get this fight down to the mat early and often, and he's going to have to stay on top of Brown the entire time, because you don't want to stay at range at all against Brown here in this match. If you're Turman, I just think the striking is going to be in favor of Brown all day. So I kind of think it's either Brown by knockout or Turman by sub. I'm on the Brown knockout side myself. I will say the Turman sub's like plus 600 if you're on the Turman side, but I'm going to say Brown knocks him out plus 200. So I'm right there with you, but I'm not going to pick a round. I'm actually picking round 2 as well, but I'm just going to go with the KO.
Nice.
All right. JoJo saying the over 1.5 in the main event. We'll talk about the main event very shortly there. We got Daz in the building. What is up, Daz? Saying smash a like. If you guys have not smashed a like, be sure to do so. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to Cody. He does great work on his channel as well. All right. Randy Brown by finish. Great matchup for him. Yeah, I think I agree with you there, Kick. Okay, we'll move on then to the next fight. We got Neil Magny going against Phil Rowe. We got Magny minus 160, Phil Rowe plus 140. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing's really sticking out to me in this matchup. I like Magny to win the fight. I don't know if I like the minus. I guess it's gotten better, right? So Magny opened up minus 110. He was sitting around like minus 145. Went all the way to minus 170, and now it's minus 175. Now, I don't know. I'm going to pick Magny to win, but I'm going to pass on this fight. There's nothing really sticking out from a betting perspective, especially a best bet perspective. I think Magny sub plus 1,200 is interesting as like a long shot prop, but I'm gonna just pass on this one, I think. So passing on this one, but I do pick Magny to win. Cody, what do you like on this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Magny money line here. I really like Magny money line. I would like him by decision. I seen Clint got a by decision, Magny by decision at like plus 600 or something crazy, which is just crazy. That's like 85% of his win condition to me. So now it's at like plus 110. So maybe he gets a late finish like he did on Rodriguez. Because Philip Rowe was looking terrible at the end versus Nico Price before he came back and got that finish. But I'm all over Magny. Give me Magny money line. Nice safe bet in my opinion. I just think that these guys are kind of like the same fighter, except Magny's just better everywhere. I know Rowe. It seems like Rowe's like this big power puncher, but then none of that power shows off until he's got his opponent gassed out, and then he's just cracking him with clean shots. But Neil Magny's never going to gas out. That's what he does. He doesn't gas out. And then Rowe's takedown defense is terrible, and he's never going to sub Neil Magny. So I just see Neil Magny with a lot of control, a lot of beating him up on the ground, and just rinse and repeat with that clinch, takedown, beating him up. And then maybe Rose seems pretty tough, but I mean, like he kind of folded against Gabe Green in that fight too in the third round. That's how Gabe Green was able to win that fight. So I really like Magny. This is a huge step down in competition, in my opinion. So give me Magny, and I'll just take the straight money line.
Money line. What do we got here for money? I'm gonna refresh the page here. Money line. I'm seeing minus 170. 70. You see anything better?
No, that's what they got it at my casino. 170.
Right. Sounds good to me. Magny minus 170. I'm passing on the fight, but I agree with all your points. So I think Magny should win this fight as long as the chin holds up, and I think it should as well. Let's see. We got Jason in the chat. What is up, Brady and Blow Money? What is up, Jason? How you doing? We got Jay saying Magni 2-3. Yeah, those late props could be live, especially if Ro gasses out. Magni by decision. I think that's the most likely outcome there. Magni just holds hands and leans on him for the win. That should, yeah, you can do that.
Those are facts, Daz.
Just take him down there. All right. We'll move on to the next fights. We have Brendan Allen going against Bruno Silva. We got Brendan Allen minus 200. We got Bruno Silva plus 170. I'll kick us off here. So I like Brendan Allen in this fight. I want to say quite a bit. It's just there's been fights where I just like really question the fight IQ of Brendan Allen. I mean, striking with Sean Strickland, striking with Chris Curtis, even striking with Punahele Soriano, even though he won the fight, it's like, just take him down, man. But if he takes down Bruno Silva, I think he makes this look so easy. I think, although Bruno Silva's a black belt for what it's worth, I think Allen's the much better grappler. It's not even close. I think if Allen gets on top of Silva, he's going to finish him. Allen's somebody that is not just going to take you down and lay on you and hug you. He's going to throw ground and pound. He's going to look for the sub. He's dangerous. I mean, he submitted Andre, incredible grappler. Gassed out or not, that's impressive to me. And then he submitted Christoph Jocko in the first round, who's a black belt in his own right. I think Allen finishes Bruno Silva here. The play I'm going with is on FanDuel Sportsbook. It's the 2-3 sub round combo. I'm going to say Allen wins in round 2 or 3 by submission, plus 470 here. I think Allen's going to probably strike with Bruno Silva a little bit. I think Bruno Silva, at least fresh, is going to be able to stuff takedowns. If he gets taken down, should be able to survive that first round. But I think once the second round hits, Allen's going to really start putting it on him. If he can get on top of Silva in that second or third round, I think he finishes them, and hopefully by sub. So give me Allen submission 2-3 plus 470. Cody, what do you like for this fight?
Yeah, that's a really good one actually. I'm gonna take Allen by submission at plus 175. But that 2-3 is the play, because that's really most likely the way it goes down. But I mean, he subbed Jocko in the first round, and if he comes out here and goes hard on Bruno Silva, he can definitely get that sub. So I'll play safe, I guess, and just take him by sub. But it's going to be a good fight. Like I got Brendan Allen in a parlay with Randy Brown, and anytime this fight is standing, dude, it's going to be we're going to, because Bruno Silva is one of the hardest hitters in the middleweight division, period. And he has KO power with both hands. He works the body really well, and that's what Chris Curtis was hurting Brendan Allen with before he finished him. And like you said, Brendan Allen has suspect fight IQ. Like he stands up, but to be honest, since he went to Kill Cliff, he's used a lot better fight IQ, and he's looked a lot better. And I hope they're just telling him, easiest path to victory, take him down, grapple him. Because like anytime, I mean, and Brendan Allen's striking's getting better since he's been at Kill Cliff, but he's a level below Bruno Silva, and his power is a definite level. Like he might be he's like a 5.5 or a 6, where Bruno's like an 8, 5, 9, where putting you to sleep. So hopefully, man, he uses that fight IQ. But am I going to be totally blown away if he comes out and just stands with him for like 2 minutes, doesn't even try takedown, and then gets caught? No. That's why I put him in a parlay. So with Randy Brown, I wanted to do the one parlay. I really liked Randy Brown, but I didn't want to just put I think Brendan Allen, I got him at minus 165, and I didn't want to put 3.3 units to win 2, because I do trust him, but I don't trust him enough. So I just threw him in a parlay so I can put 2 units to win 2.5, and hopefully he comes through.
Yeah, I mean, you made a good point, though. Ever since switching camps, he's been fighting a lot smarter, mixing in the wrestling with the strike. I mean, so yeah, I mean, you take this guy down, Allen, and you make it look pretty easy. I mean, it shouldn't even be competitive on the mat.
Yep.
Kick saying Allen by sub. Yep, I agree. Dill saying Elon versus Zuckerberg. Yeah, did you hear about that?
Yeah, it's kind of sucks though, because Zuckerberg's been training and stuff, man. Elon have to train, but I seen a post too with Hoist Gracie offering to train Elon. But I want to see Elon put a beating on him, dude.
You think
Zuckerberg is doing all this stuff to Facebook, to all my posts, man? I'd post up jokes during COVID, and they'd fact check them and put me out. And they were just jokes, because I don't care about all that stuff. I just like to post jokes.
Zuckerberg opened up like minus 500.
I hope Elon just comes out, hits him with the long old man jab, dude. He's like 50, isn't he? Almost like 60 or something.
Gotta be like 50 something. Yeah. I
Hit
can't believe it. And they're being like serious about it too, I think. Like I thought it was a joke, but apparently they're being serious.
I'm sure Zuckerberg is, because he's been training a robot. He's been out there. They're both robots, so I don't know.
Elon first round ground and pound. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'll definitely break down the fight if it ever happens.
That would be awesome. You have to do that.
Heck yeah. All right, let's move on. This is probably my favorite fight of the night. We got David Onama going against Gabriel Santos. We got Gabriel Santos minus 230. We got David Onama plus 195. I'll kick it to you. Anything sticking out to you in this fight?
The pass. Because this is another one where both these dudes are really, really good, and either one of them could win this fight. I mean, I know we know they're both good, but I just don't. It's more of like a recency bias thing because David Onama's great. He got beat by Landwehr. He tried to finish Landwehr. He dropped him. Tried to finish him, gassed out a little bit, but he's really good. He's kind of one-dimensional. He really only boxes, coming forward boxing, but he's got power. I like Santos. I picked Santos to win on my predictions because he's more well-rounded. He has good takedowns, showed pretty good gas on a short camp, and I just think he's more well-rounded. But it's dangerous because he's reckless, man. He throws a lot of crazy stuff, and you can't eat too many straight punches from Onama. Like, he puts dudes out cold. So I don't even like the over-unders because this fight could end in the first round, or both dudes are super durable and it could go to decision. And I know Onama's crazy. He started out like minus 250, right? And then he flipped. So
yeah,
Onama's a little bigger than him too, but he doesn't have the great takedown defense. This is the fight you can watch as a fan and be happy as hell because it's just gonna be a banger. So I'm just gonna sit back and watch as a fan and enjoy it.
Sounds good. So you used up your third pass. I used up my third pass, so no more passing for the rest of the show. I agree with you. I think that Onama is getting pretty disrespected. The reason I think it's happening is because Santos really, really impressed people in his loss against Murphy in a fight that he should have won. I think his stock just completely skyrocketed after that loss, whereas David Onama, I think people are just as low as ever on the guy, which people are really high on the guy at one point, but after the Landwehr fight, I think his stock kind of plummeted. Skill for skill, I think this fight should be a lot closer. The bet I'm going to give is actually on the Onama side, and it's going to be Onama to win by first round knockout plus 1,100. The reason being is this guy hits very, very hard. Like, he was so close to finishing Nate Landwehr in that first round. Obviously, he knocked out Benitez in the first round. And you go and watch Santos outside the UFC. There's a couple fights where he's getting hurt bad in the first round. Like, there was this one fight where he got dropped 3 times in one round. So he's super tough. He can recover. But Onama it hits very, very hard. But in terms of picking a winner, I think Santos does win. I think Onama's takedown defense is a massive concern for me. I think the card is a massive concern. I do lean towards Santos finishing this fight down the stretch. But Onama, I think, is going to have opportunities here to land a big shot. So give me Onama first round knockout plus 1,100 there. I think this fight's going to just be a banger.
I like it.
Onama is definitely worth a dog bet tomorrow. I mean, it's a clear dog or pass situation. I'm picking Santos, but minus 230. I think he's great, but I like Onama as well.
Yep, I agree with all of that, man.
All right, so we'll keep moving on. Then we have probably the lowest level fight on the card, and it's 3 fights away from the main event or 2 fights away from the main event. We got Justin Tafa going against Austin Lane. Justin Tafa minus 185, Austin Lane plus 160. And I actually considered betting on Justin Tafa for a split second. And then I kind of thought to myself, I mean, he lost to Jared Vandera. He got knocked out by Jorgen De Castro. This is a low-level heavyweight fight. I fully expect, Tafa to starch Austin Lane. But the one concern I have is if Austin Lane, for some reason, somehow, some way, gets this fight down to the mat, gets on top of Tafa, I mean, it could get very bad very fast. So I'm not going to take the money line for Tafa. I think the path, the easiest path here is going to be a knockout for Tafa, and more specifically in the first round. I think it's early. Austin Lane has 3 knockout losses, all 3 of them coming in the very first round. Tafa hits like an absolute truck. I don't like the striking defense of Lane. I don't like the chin of Lane. I think Tafa sparks him in the first round. So give me Tafa to win this fight by first round knockout. It's nothing crazy. I think this is my lowest prop of the show. It's Tafa KO1 plus 175 for that Tafa KO1. So I think it's early. I think it's a brutal knockout, and I think Tafa welcomes Lane to the UFC. What do you like here, Cody, for this one?
Yeah, man. I really like Tafa. I'm gonna take the Tafa by KO. I think it's minus 115. Yeah, see, -115.
-115. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take that because just in case it gets to the second round. But I bet him. I bet Tafa, man. I bet 3.5 units to win 2. I got him at -175 because like Lane's not good. Like he's really not good. He's fought low level guys. The biggest thing that for me is that Tafa's a lefty and he's a smooth counter striker, right? And he's got good power body kicks and head kicks too. He can actually he kicked Hunsucker in the head. But Julian Lane literally like rushes forward, throwing punches like this, like 5-punch combos with his head straight up, doesn't move it. And like Tafa's going to counter strike and knock him out. Like Lane's been knocked out by way lesser fighters. Like Lane, his dream growing up was playing football and getting in the NFL. And that's what he did. And then he got done. He's like, what, 35, 36, but right now, but when he got out of football, he's like, man, I'd like to try MMA and all this stuff. Like Tafa's been fighting since he's a little kid. His brother's a K1 kickboxer. Like he's a fighting family. This is what he does. And he's going to be real technical. And I don't see Lane being able to take him to the ground. He is a big dude, but he's only 240 pounds. And he's got the biggest head on earth, dude. And Tafa's going to hit that head. Like his nose is huge too. I'm not even trying to be but like he's got a giant head, dude. And Tafa's going to hit that head because he has no striking defense. And that's bad against the counter striker. Like Parker Porter to me would beat Julian Lane or Austin Lane. I keep saying Julian Lane. Let me bang, bro. Let me bang. But so yeah, man, I do think Tafa's way more technical. He's a counter striker and he's going to get exactly what he wants. A dude that throws reckless with no defense and been knocked out 3 times by low level guys. Greg Hardy, Frank Tate, and I forget one other guy got him. So not impressed with his performance. With anybody.
Yeah. I don't hate it. I considered betting Tafa myself. I really did. I don't think Austin Lane's that great at all. It's on the feet. It's not even close. It's not even competitive whatsoever. So, and Austin Lane doesn't even have good wrestling. It's just
he gets taken down by low level guys and then gets up and then beats them up when they kind of slow down. But like he's fought terribly low level guys and like even the dude he fought on the Contender Series, that guy had just started training MMA a year before that. I don't know how he got on there. He's a Brazilian dude and he was actually kind of like he took him down and mounted him and did all this stuff and then just gassed out after like 3 minutes. But yeah, man, I think he's going to rush in, throwing some big punches, and he's going to look just like Parker Porter, sleeping, wondering why Herb Dean's in his bedroom.
Yeah, I mean, I see it the exact same way. So hopefully we both catch that Tafa knockout.
And violence is for sure because both these guys have finished all their opponents.
No, like I agree. Lane's never been to decision ever.
And Tafa's been like, and another thing with the Vandera thing is Vandera if anything, he's a durable human being, dude. That dude, you know what I mean? He's got a hard head. So he took some big shots in there and he's able to walk through that. But Austin Lane's proven he can't take them big shots and just walk through them.
Yep. And even he went to decision with Carlos Felipe. Yeah, he's tough. He's super tough.
Durable as they come. Yeah. And definitely not dudes been knocked out 3 times in the first round by, low level guys.
Low level guys, yeah. No, I'm seeing it the exact same way. I think Tafa goes out there and sparks him early.
I like it.
I heard people say this lane decision, like a lane decision would it would kind of shock me, to be honest. That'd mean you'd have to take down Tafa in all 3 rounds.
Or outstrike him, you know what I mean?
That's not happening, but
I know Bandera tried to take him down a couple times, and Bandera doesn't have the worst wrestling in the world, and he's a black belt. I guarantee he's got better grappling than Lane. So I feel like, dude, Tafa's gonna smoke him with that left hand. He's a lefty. Like I said, Julian Lane was playing football and stuff. Like when you're a striker, it takes a long time to get used to a lefty. And Tafa, and then we got to go with the Pacific Islander durability. Like there's the Castro knockout was terrible. I actually bet him in that, but dude, he literally ran right into that punch with his hands down. That was terrible. I was shocked. I was actually like, what? Just to see the big like Pacific Islander Samoan type dude go down like that, you're like, holy shit.
Dude, like the octagon shook whenever he fell.
Yeah, he was out cold. But I mean, and he's shown good toughness and stuff since then. He's gonna get this dude out of here.
Yep, agreed. All right, 2 fights left. We got the co-main event, Amanda Ribas going against Macy Barber, and I'll kick this one off here. I like Ribas here. I was looking at the lines, I think it was like Sunday or Monday, and I saw Ribas like -150, and I checked back. It had to be like an hour or 2 later, and Ribas is like -200 to -310. I'm like, what's going on? So I missed the boat on Ribas big time. The play I am going to give out is going to be the fight ends by split decision. So I personally don't think it goes to split decision, but I think it goes to decision. These judges with Macy Barber, man, like these judges love Macy Barber. She lost the Maverick fight. That was like one of the worst decisions of the year, that Maverick fight.
Yeah.
And then I even thought she lost the Lee fight as well. So I could see a situation where Hebos is getting takedowns, getting on top, winning minutes on the ground, and then on the feet, maybe Barber, lands a big shot, something like that. So I'm going to say fight ends via split decision, plus 400. But I do like Rebos to win. Just don't know really how I'm going to play Hebos. How are you playing this fight?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm just going to go with the fight goes to decision. I see minus 162 because just like what you said. It's weird because I'm on this what is it, odds or best fight odds, and then let's see. At Caesars it's minus 190. At Bet Rivers it's minus 162. At Unibet it's minus 159. But I'd take any of them. But yeah, just because, like you said, man, I think this fight goes to decision. I think Hebos wins that decision. I think there's a possibility Hebos could get a submission, or maybe Macy Barber lands like knockout. So that's kind of worrisome. But I think in more times than not, this fight's going to the decision. And I really do like Hebos in that decision. But like you said, man, Macy Barber's the opposite of Zalgas. Like they got the two opposite people on this card. They got the dude that gets robbed all the time and the chick that just gets given fights. Because I had a pretty big bet with a parlay that she finished off with like Sandhagen, Barber, and somebody else that I put like 200, win like 700. And I was for sure she lost that fight. And then I rewatched tape for on this fight, and there's a possibility she lost all 3 rounds. So it's like super crazy. But yeah, man, I do think Hebos wins this fight. I think she wins it by decision. It's kind of scary too to bet Hebos by decision because she does have the better jiu-jitsu, and if she lands a takedown, she's holding Barber down for the whole round. But like she's a judo black belt, so she's not just going to be shooting single legs, double legs. And Macy Barber's best part of her game is the clinch, and that's where Hebos is going to have to get into to land them head and arm judo tosses. But I think she does get it done. And like I said today on the face-offs, man, I was pretty shocked on the size of Hebos. She had a bigger head and everything than Macy, and I thought it said that Macy was supposed to be like 2 inches taller and this and that. So Hebos is feeling out good, and she looked good against Chikagian. She looked good against Arugio. I have no reason to think she won't look good here too. So,
dude, so I was at that UFC card where Hebos fought Araujo. I had a bet on Araujo, and I had to just sit there and watch all 15 minutes of it. And it was such a bad bet. And I was with my dad and my brother, and they were asking me like who I had before the fight. I was like Araujo, and they were like looking at me like, what are you
does he even know what he's talking? They're like, Jesus, man. He makes videos. He does this for online.
It was so tough to watch, but luckily Shavkat came through and got the finish, and that made my night.
Oh God, how good was that fight to watch? Was it Jeff Neal?
Oh yeah, it was a banger, man.
Phenomenal fight to watch. I guarantee to watch live. That was crazy. You going down to Nashville at all?
No, I'm the thing that sucks is I'm gonna be in Nashville for a wedding August, but August 26th. So I'm like a couple weeks away, but I would have went to it if it kind of lined up, but it didn't. And I'm not going to go to Nashville twice in a month because Nashville, it's a lot. It's a good time though.
It's a great time. Definitely.
Oh, I love Nashville.
I got some floor seats, me and Johnny K and our girls. So it's going to be nice.
I'll be at UFC 290 though.
Boston?
No, it's going to be in Vegas, International Fight Week.
Oh, okay. All right, you're doing it big. Okay.
So, not floor seats though. Those are like 10 grand for that card. It's wild.
That's going to be who's on that card?
It's the Volk Yair, and then it's Moreno Pantoja. You got Bo Nickel on there. Jalen Turner, Dan Hooker, Nico Price, Robbie Lawler. It's a good card.
That's phenomenal. That's a good card. Hell yeah.
You live in Nashville, excited for the UFC coming. Yeah, that's gonna be a great card, man. I want to try to go. It's just I don't know. Nashville twice in a month. We'll see.
And then you walk right out of that arena, and you're right there. You're right there. Just going. It's gonna be a good old time.
Y'all are gonna have fun. He lost by decision. Yeah, I think that's most likely. All right, main event time. If you guys have not already, be sure to smash the like button. Let's get those likes up. We have Josh Emmett going against Ilia Topuria. We got Topuria minus 310, Josh Emmett minus 260. Cody, we'll start with you. What is your best bet for the main event?
Yeah, man. Most people ain't gonna like me. They didn't like me last week when I picked Cannonier. But this is an odds thing. If it's even money or Topuria is minus like 150, I would maybe take it I would maybe want to bet him. But I'm honest, like I really think that Josh Emmett has an excellent chance to win this fight. Like there's so much we don't know about Ilia Topuria. Like his striking looks good. Yeah, it looks good when he's fighting all grapplers. Damon Jackson, Ryan Hall, like Bryce Mitchell, Yusef Zalal. Like he's fighting the one time he did fight a decent striker, he almost got knocked out cold. But there's just so much unknown stuff. He's fought low-level guys. Of course, like I said, he's looked good. But like, what is he going to look like in the third round after they've been in war for 3 rounds and we're going into the 4th and 5th now? I don't think he can out-wrestle Josh Emmett, so I don't think his jiu-jitsu is going to be any good. Josh Emmett's college wrestler, always shown me. I think he's been taken down 1 time in his whole UFC career, and that was, I think, Dan Ige hit 1 of 4 on him. Always showed great takedown defense. Josh Emmett has excellent movement. He, like people say he's washed, but he almost finished Yair in the first round. You know what I mean? He dropped him, hurt him bad, almost finished him, and then in the second round, he was still doing all right until he started taking all them body kicks and got submitted. But it's not like he got taken down and submitted. He took Yair down. Yair's got really good jiu-jitsu off his back, long legs. Josh Emmett hits hard. Like anytime this, because like Topuria started out a grappler. You know what I mean? He's a jiu-jitsu guy, black belt, and now his striking's getting better and stuff. But I just think that the disrespect is crazy. I haven't seen no regression in Josh Emmett at all. He just went to war with Kelvin Kattar for 5 rounds less than a year ago and looked phenomenal in that. He looked phenomenal against Burgos. He's, he's like people say that Topuria is just going to come out and knock him out, but he's one of the most durable guys there are. He got knocked out 1 time by Jeremy Stevens, and Jeremy Stevens, Little Heathen's one of the hardest hitters ever at 145 or 55. You know what I mean? As far as one punch knockout, dudes don't, like you said to Connor, when I hit them, they don't move. I just think Emmett has way more of a chance. This line to me is so far off. And anytime this is standing, I just think that it's going to be a really good fight. And I think it's going to stay standing. I think if anybody lands takedowns, it could be Josh Emmett. I think he's going to have better wrestling here. And I don't think Ilia's hitting anything off his back. But I just like the odds. Like I just think them are off to get Josh Emmett at like minus 270 or plus 270. So I don't know if I want to be greedy and I see him at plus 280 and take him at that, or just take him by decision. I don't think he finishes Topuria. Emmett hasn't been finishing as many people as he used to finish. But so Emmett by decision is plus 900. You know what? Let me get Emmett by decision. Give me Emmett by decision plus 900.
Emmett by decision. That's awesome. I haven't heard that take this week. I've heard Emmett KO. I haven't heard Emmett decision. That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think Topuria is a tough dude and durable dude, but we don't like I know what I'm getting with Emmett. If he don't get knocked out, he's going to be a dog for 5 rounds. And like I said, I've seen him be durable his whole career, even taking them big ass shots from Yair, dude. Like, I don't even think Topuria ain't hitting as hard as Yair was hitting. Yair was hit him with a ton of good punches and a ton of power kicks to the body like, I just think that this, that it's disrespectful on Emmett this week.
I agree. I think it's a disrespectful line. Topuria minus 310. It's wild. Topuria inside the distance is like minus like 250, 260. I am on the Topuria side, obviously not touching the money line or the inside the distance. The way I'm kind of playing it is this way. So last week we had Arman Sarukian, and they had like the first round prop like minus like 135. So for that reason, I got the second round prop at like plus 500, the third round prop at plus 1300. I'm going to attack it that way. I think this fight gets extended. I see a lot of people betting like the fight starts round 2 in this main event, which I think is a solid look. I think it's going to kind of be like a feeling out process, and I think they're going to start going after it in that second and third round. So I'm going to say Topuria does end up finishing Josh Emmett. I'll say it's in round 2, and that's plus 510. So we both have pretty juicy odd plays there for the main event. Yeah. Emmett decision's interest, like plus 900.
Yeah.
I like a very unique take there.
If Topuria can take the damage Kattar took, because like, dude, Kattar's one of them dudes, man. He puts the volume on you and hits you hard, and he puts the volume on you, but he couldn't do that to Emmett. It's just like with Vettori and Cannonier. That's why I knew Cannonier was going to beat the hell out of Vettori, because Cannonier has tons of cardio, and you've seen it against Sean Strickland. He had outlanded him in the 5th round, and then he hits like a truck. So like when Vettori's pitter patter, and Cannonier is going to hit him hard. And if you really watched Vettori versus Robert Whittaker, you would notice by that, like the middle of the second and then going into the third, Whittaker was cracking him so hard that Vettori was backing up. He wasn't the same. He was just defending. He wasn't coming forward like he did against Andrew Sanchez and like, lower level guys. So I think that could happen here. Like Josh Emmett was cracking Cater a ton and he stopped throwing as much and he turned into a different fighter. And that could definitely, dude, Topuria hasn't been in there with nobody this good at all. Yeah. He's got really low level and he's fought all grapplers. And the one time we seen him fight a halfway decent striker, he almost got sent to the shadow realms. Like luckily he's tough because he got kicked right in the face, dude. Like, and then he took down Jai Herbert. Herbert got up and then was piecing him up at the end of the first round too. Like I don't think Topuria's striking is as good as people think. I just think he's been fighting like bad strikers.
Yep, could be it, man. It's a great main event. Yep. Should be a great card. Lots of plus money plays on I think I got all plus money. You have some solid plus money spots. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to go over the best bets, make sure everything's right, and then we're going to give our best bet for the entire card. If we hit this best bet, your profit's going to double. Cody, I think you've hit your last three. Like you hit Charles Oliveira inside the distance. You hit the Caio Borralho submission round 2. That's how you got like 15 units on that. You probably hit another one before that. So you've been hot. You've been hot with the best bet of the card, which those are huge. Doubling your wins are huge. So we'll see if you can get another one here. So for me, I'm kicking off the card with Cody Brundage KO1 plus 900, passing on the Jamal Emmers fight. I'm taking Trevor Peek plus 265. Taking Zalga Sumagulov submission plus 1,400. I'm passing on the Ricci fight. I'm taking the Rebexy fight to end in round 3 plus 800. Taking Brown KO plus 200. Passing on the Magny fight. Taking Allen sub in rounds 2 or 3 plus 470. I'm taking the Onama first round knockout plus 1,100. I'm taking the Tafa KO plus 175. I'm taking the Heat Boss fight ends in split decision plus 400. I'm taking Topuria wins in round 2 plus 510. My best bet for the last show we did was Dan Ige by knockout at like plus 4, something crazy. And I didn't get to watch the fight, but I saw that he knocked down Landwehr like twice. Oh,
yeah, it was close a couple times. I had the over in that fight, so I was like, let's go Landwehr. Sweaty, greasy.
So that would have been nice to hit, but maybe I can hit this one. So the one I like the most is Allen sub 2-3 plus 470, which that would be a decent hit there. But I want to take the Zalga sub for 28 units there, catch up and get in first. I'll take the Allen sub here. I think that's probably my favorite play. Plus 470. Allen submitting Bruno Silva late in the fight, 2-3 there. But I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to get 28 units and one bet with Zalgas. Cody, you are taking Dumas inside the distance to kick off the night, plus 180. You're passing on the Emmers fight. You're taking Peak KO plus 120, Zalgas money line minus 195, Ricci money line minus 125. You're passing on the Rebexy fight. You're taking Brown KO 2 plus 800, Magny money line minus 170, Allen sub plus 170. You're passing on the Santos fight. You're taking Tafa KO minus 115. He-Boss fight goes to decision minus 162. Emmett decision plus 900. Is all that correct? And if so, what is your best bet for this card?
Yes, sir. That is correct. And I am going to keep the best bet going with the Peak KO. Double that one up. Yeah, it seems like I need that money. I need that to cover. Well, I mean, Emmett's going to hit that decision, so I don't need that unit. So.
All right. I like it. So you're going with the Peak KO, which I think is super likely. I probably couldn't have done that one, but I'll go Allen sub 2-3. Let's see if we can both hit them. Next week we'll be back. Have a lot of the show lined up. We got Patrick next week, and I think we got Johnny next week as well.
Nice.
And then for 290, we got Danny Betts so far. I'm going to try to get Lou Betya on. So lots of good shows coming up. Cody, let the people know where they can find you and what you have planned for some content. You said you're getting out your next breakdown for next card early or no?
No, actually it'll be out late. I did tape study today, but I'm leaving in the morning to go back to Ohio. So I won't be back. It probably won't be back. I'll be out till Tuesday. But I mean, you can find me in first place in this contest at the end of this weekend. That's where you can find me. But tell Lou Betya that. But no, yeah, man. Blood Money MMA bets on YouTube. Blood Money. I do my breakdowns every week. I do my live show with Johnny K Picks on Thursday. And then you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Blood Money MMA Bets. And throughout the week, I post my betting slips. And if you want to get on I got a Patreon, but that's whatever. I got a Discord that's free, Layer Cake. And the links in my YouTube videos, if you guys want to join that and just hang out and talk. People talk stocks, people talk everything, bets on it, all different stuff. And it's a good time during the fight. So I appreciate you having me on, Brady, and let me in this contest.
No problem, man. We'll see if you can get in first after this week. Maybe I get in first. Maybe I hit it as August 7th. We'll see. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. Leave a like on your way out. Subscribe to the channel. Go subscribe to Cody. Best of luck for UFC Jacksonville. See you guys later.
Later, Brady.
See you.